Today was pretty rainy and we'd almost finished our door. And I thought, since Adam went home early for the long weekend, I thought I'd take some time to not really tell you what I did to build the door that's at the front entrance of the building, but more why it was done and what I was trying to approach. The design of every window and door and all the glass in this building is a square. There's only one window in the center of the door window that's not a square, and that is an actual proportion to the door. That's the only one, but every window is a square, divided into squares, and so part of the design has to include this incorporated into it. And so much of its design and flair came from that. Not necessarily an arts and crafts derivative, but certainly there are lots of squares in arts and crafts. But it was more of a geometric sort of understanding that it gave a presence to the design. Instead of just me building a door, I put criteria into it that said everything had to be a square or a proportion of a square. So let me go over the design and how I accomplished that, or the things I had to do that. Now it's sort of rainy, so I won't spend too much time outside. But the door, the window, of course, each one of these is a square. This is in direct relationship to the door. In fact, proportionately it's the same. These widths are proportional to this width. It's a little long. There's some cheating. Each one of these squares matches each one of the transom squares, and of course they equal right across the top. Now these ones are removable, and the window in the door is operational and has a built-in screen, and I'll show you that from the interior side, which is probably a little better today. The door is 3 inches thick stave core, and I'll see if I can get a better view of that. We did, of course, see if I can get the camera. We did, of course, make all of the hardware. So these are ball bearing hinges, but you can definitely see that the square is much more coming up. So each one of these being squares. These are removable because the system here is not thermal pain, which I think is a failing system. This is a maintainable system. So in our pursuit to provide historical maintaining doors, in other words, there's not products that fail in the door, and these have a groove cut in with felt hairs. Also there is there's also a rubber weather stripping, and they're very easy to they're very easy to put in and out, maintain, wash the windows. The felt is more just to keep bugs out, and of course there's no finish on any of this. This is raw bronze with a blackened oiled rub finish, so there's no finish to decay on that. As I said, the door is 3 inches thick, stave core, which means there is a lumber laminated core with skins of veneer on either side, and this becomes a very stable door. The kickers on this door are over 12 inches, and the lock rail is 12 inches wide. So these would be very unstable in solid wood if, in fact, you could get solid wood quarter sawn like that. It would cost a fortune. The transom's operational. Of course, I'd need a ladder to show you, but there's a little hook that can open up. I still have to make a screen there, but there is a built-in screen in here, and how I don't know if you can see that, but we made some simple bronze hardware where you just open this, you pull this out now, and these just drop down on pins. Sorry. And that's in a stayed position. The door can then close, and that doesn't rattle. And then you can open this door if you want to have screen. So you have quite a bit of ventilation here. Of course, that whole window can be removed if you wanted more ventilation. But what's also nice is someone can come to the door and you don't necessarily let them in, and you can talk to them right here through this area. So it's a unique feature, I think, that many historical windows don't have. Good screening and maintenance, and of course, if the cat goes through it, it's just a standard commercial screen that anybody can redo, and very easy to pop in and out and clean. So I'm pretty happy with that. Once again, it's felt embedded in a groove. This is standard stuff. I believe even you can buy this at the big box stores. It's not rocket science. Silicone compression strips here. So these just get, and that's a compressive seal that's watertight. I did add a bronze flashing here, just so that if water does sit in there and someone does forget to close this, it's not going to sit on the absorb water in there. So anyway, I know some people were interested in how I seal. Okay, so this is typically how I seal. This is embedded. These just go into a channel. I also add felt in my corners to keep air migrating through any of these cracks here and then channeling their way down. We put them down there as well, and there is a triple seal groove felt that rides on our removable adjustable threshold, and those are actually machine screws, brass, because we think that it's very difficult for people to replace brass screws in oak, and so the machine screw makes it easier. So we just drill and we tap and use machine screws. We squirt in the machine screw 90 weight oil, and so say in 30 years if someone does have to take those out, they'll be easily removable without snapping off the brass. At any rate, that's the update on the doors. I'm pretty happy. The function's very nice. It really feels nice to open that door. and I think the general overall design is quite nice. The width of the door is 4 feet wide, 7'2" high. The side lights are approximately 10.5 inches wide, and the sash squares are 6, but they go with the sash squares here, and everything in the building is a square. So you know, when our clients come and want to see what are the possibilities for a door that is not thermal pain, you know, what can be done, we hope that this will help them more envision it and have something to touch. Hope you enjoyed, and thank you very much. Bye.